Hello, friends. This is Unit 1, Lesson 18 for second grade math. Today, we're going to be focusing on more compare problems. These problems are going to be a little bit more complex in the way that they are written. However, you'll be following the same steps as you normally would when you are doing your comparison bars. So just pay close attention as we're reading through and using our cube strategy to understand what's going on in the problem. We're going to start with two warm-up problems before we get to our workbook page. So you need a whiteboard to go along with me, but you do not need to write down the word problems, just do the work as we do it together. All right, here we go. There are 4 fewer roses than daisies in a vase. There are 9 roses in the vase. How many daisies are in the vase? So first of all, I'm going to go through and I'm going to circle my numbers. So I have 4 and a 9. I'm going to underline my question, which will help me find my label. So how many? My label is daisies because that's the word right after. I'm going to go back and I'm going to box any clue words. So I see the word fewer. And I know that when I have comparison bars, I know that if there's a number with fewer, that number goes in the oval. And I think that's it for the keywords. I know that I am dealing with roses and daisies, so we can actually put a box around those because that is telling us what is going to be the label of our comparison bars. So let's go ahead and draw our comparison bars out. A big rectangle on top and an oval. So I know I have roses and daisies. And first what I have to do is I have to figure out which one there is more of. So I go back to my question and it says there are 4 fewer roses than daisies. So right here it's telling me there's 4 fewer roses. So that means that the R for roses goes on bottom and D for daisies goes on top. This part is very important. If you do your letters incorrectly, you will get the problem wrong. So it is very important to write in those letters. Okay, so now I need to figure out what I know. Well, like I said earlier, if there is a number attached to the word fewer or more, that number goes in the oval. So I'm going to put my 4 right there in the oval. Now, where is my 9 going to go? It says there are 9 roses. So the number that goes in the box is the amount that there is. So am I talking about 9 daisies or 9 roses? 9 roses. So I'm put my 9 right there. Now I'm going to pretend that this is a math mountain. And if I was solving this math mountain, I know that these are 2 partners, and I would have to add to find my total. So I have 9 plus 4 equals box, and I would solve that by writing a 9, drawing 4 circles, and I could count on 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to get an answer of 13, and my label is daisies. All right, let's look at the next sample problem. It reads, there are 6 more girls than boys in the library. There are 12 girls in the library. How many boys are in the library? So I know that I'm going to use comparison bars because I'm talking about 2 different people. In this case, talking about 2 different groups of people. And I see the word more. So that tells me that I'm going to be using comparison bars. So go ahead and get your comparison bars ready. I'm going to use a G for girls and a B for boys. So I'm going to take my cube strategy and I'm going to start by circling my words. So I have a 12 and I have a 6. I'm going to underline my question. How many boys? So that's what I'm trying to solve for. I'm going to circle any key words that are going to give me a hint. So I see more girls, and I know there are 12 girls, and I'm trying to figure out, again, how many boys there are. So first you have to start by labeling your comparison bars. I put a box around more girls. That's telling me that there are 6 more girls. So there are more girls in the library than boys. So I'm going to put my G on top and my B on the bottom. Now I can start to fill in my comparison bars. So if you remember, Mrs. Peterson said that if there's a number that has more or fewer next to it, that number always goes in the oval. Good. So a 6 goes in the oval. And now, where does my 12 go? Is my 12 the amount of girls or the amount of boys? It is the amount of girls. So my question mark goes right there. Going to pretend this is a math mountain. And if I had a math mountain that was missing a number on the bottom, that means it's a partner. So I can write 2 different equations to solve this. Some people prefer to do adding up method. That looks like that. While other people prefer to do 12 minus 6 equals box. Either way is totally fine. So I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or I can have 12 circles. I like to draw them in groups of 5. And I can cross off 6 of them. And I get 6 left over. And this time, if I look back at my label, how many? My label is boys. So 6 boys. All right. So not super complex, a little bit more in the writing of the problems, but still the same methods. All right, go ahead and grab your math books and open up to page 53. So our instructions say to draw comparison bars, write an equation, and solve the problem. So on each one of these, we are going to draw comparison bars. I want you to pause the video right now and draw comparison bars for each one of these 4 problems. All right, now that you have all your comparison bars ready, let's get started. Darnell has 6 pens. That is 5 fewer pens than Natasha. How many pens does Natasha have? So I'm going to use my cube strategy to help me find the information and understand my problem. So I see a 6 and a 5. Here is my question. I'm going to go back and find my label. So how many pens? There's my label. You can write it right now. Now I'm going to box any keywords. So I know that this one says 5 fewer pens. You could also box that Darnell has 6, and you can also box than Natasha, but I think that might get a little confusing. So we're just going to leave it as that. Let's go ahead and see who has more. So it says Darnell has 6. That is 5 fewer than Natasha. So who has more in this case? Darnell has 6. That is 5 fewer than Natasha. Did you say Natasha? She is the one that has more because Darnell has 5 fewer than Natasha. So now I can take my numbers and fill them in. I know that the first sentence tells me Darnell has 6 pens. So this 6 goes in Darnell's box. All right. Then I see the number 5 fewer. So if there's a number that is with more or fewer, it goes in the oval. So now I have a missing number on top. I'm going to, if this is a Math Mountain, that's a missing total. So I know I'm going to solve my problem by adding. I can do 6. I can draw 5 circles and I can count on 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or maybe you used the make a 10 strategy, or maybe you're getting so good at your math facts that you already knew that 6 plus 5 equals 11. You do not have to draw a picture. The directions say to draw comparison bars, write an equation, and solve. So here are your comparison bars, here's your equation, and there's your answer. So you solved it. But you must draw a picture if you need help solving for that problem. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 2 says there are 8 tigers at the Smithfield Zoo. The zoo has 9 more lions than tigers. How many lions does the zoo have? We're going to use our cube strategy to mark up this word problem, but then you're going to fill in your comparison bars on your own. So I know that there is a 9 right here and an 8 right here. This is my question. How many lions does the zoo have? Going back, I can find my label for lions. Now I'm going to box any keywords. So I see the word tigers, so 8 tigers. 9 more lions than tigers. All right, so I would like you to try and fill in your comparison bars. First, you need to decide what is there more of, lions or tigers, and then fill in your 8 and your 9. Go ahead and pause the video and do that now. All right, so it tells us 9 more lions than tigers. So my L is on top, my T is on the bottom. I see the number 8 that goes with tigers. So that goes in my tiger rectangle. And I see 9 more, which goes in my oval because it's attached to more. Just like the problem above, I am looking for a total. So when I'm looking for a total, I'm going to do 8 plus 9 equals box. I can solve that. Maybe you can do a doubles strategy, or you can count on 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and I hope you got 17. All right, we're going to skip number 3 for just a moment, and we're going to go on to number 4. Let's go ahead and read number 4. It says, Naoki makes 8 fewer airplane models than Maria. If Naoki makes 9 airplane models, how many does Maria make? So this problem sounds a bit more confusing, but it is very similar to the first 2 that we already did. That's why I wanted to do it next. So let's go ahead and use our cube strategy to mark up our problem. I see an 8 and a 9. Here's my question. How many does Maria make? Uh-oh, it doesn't tell us our label in this one. It almost always tells us our label. But I know if I look back in my problem, I know we're dealing with airplane models. All right, now let's see. I know that there's 8 fewer airplane models. And I know that Naoki makes 9, but she also makes 8 fewer. Okay, let's check this out. So I need to go back. I need to figure out who made more. So I have Naoki and I have Maria. Let's see. It says Naoki makes 8 fewer models than Maria. So I know that Naoki makes fewer than Maria. I would like you to pause the video and fill in your comparison bars and then solve this problem. Okay, let's see what you guys got. So I know I have 8 and I have 9. I know that the 8 has fewer next to it, so that's going to go in my oval. And I know that the 9 is how many Naoki's going to make. So that goes in her rectangle. And again, we are looking for a total. Oh my gosh, does this look familiar? Yes. This time we have 9 plus 8 equals box. And you don't even need to solve it again because you already solved it right here. So our answer is 17. Okay, let's go back to number 3. Number 3 says Sharon saves $7 more in October than in September. She saves 15 in October. How many dollars does she save in September? So this problem is kind of interesting because we only have one person, but we have 2 months, and Sharon is saving money in both of his months. So that is why we are doing comparison bars. So we have October and we have September. So let's go ahead, let's circle our numbers. Let's underline our question. I can see that my label is going to be dollars. So then I have more in October. And that is pretty much the only clue word that we have without putting a box around pretty much everything. So October and September, which one did he save more in? Did you say October? 7 more in October. So I have an O and an S. I see 7 more. So that tells me my 7 goes in my oval. And I know that the 15 belongs to October because it says 15 in October. So I'll put my 15 right here. And this time I'm missing not a total, but a partner. So when I'm missing a partner, remember I can do a subtraction problem or an adding up problem. You choose how you want to solve it. And either way, you're going to get $8. All right, friends, we are actually going to stop there. We will finish page 54 tomorrow in another video. If you would like to continue working on page 54 and try some problems on your own, you are more than welcome to, and then you can check your answers with me tomorrow. Great job, friends. See you later.